G'day, welcome to I Cultivate. My name's Steve. Today we're going to be having a look at this wonderful garden supplement, Mushroom Compost. Some people love it, some people hate it. Which side of the fence do you lie on? That's what we're going to be looking at. But before we get too much into whether it's good or not so good for your garden, let's first of all have a look at exactly what is mushroom compost. What does it consist of? Now, the general blend of mushroom compost might vary a little bit from one region to another, but generally all mushroom compost will contain such things as horse manure, straw and cottonseed meal. So if we have a close-up of this, you can actually see a lot of the straw that is contained within this, plus a lot of the other organic matter that is a part of this compost as well. Now, the straw and the cottonseed meal are essential sources of carbon, which is really necessary for growing mushrooms. But the horse manure will provide a whole range of other nutrients, which are fantastic, not just for mushroom growing, but also when we use this as a supplement in our garden. Now, other substances that will supplement your mushroom compost, depending on the area where you're sourcing it from, might include things like chicken manure, oat straw, corn cobs even. And these things are all adding to that organic material that make up this wonderful supplement for your garden. In addition to that, you will also find often there is gypsum added to the mushroom compost, and this helps to minimize the compaction that you might get in the compost without it. So before we actually get on to why this is so fantastic in your garden, if you are liking this video, can I please ask you to click on like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click on the bell so that you get notified of new updates on this channel. So is mushroom compost good for your garden? Well, the simple answer to that question is yes, but there's a couple of things you need to be mindful of. The first is, does the farm that you have purchased this from, or the source that you have purchased your mushroom compost from, have they used fungicides? Often farms will do this before they release the actual compost out onto the market. So ensure that they haven't used fungicides. The second is, it needs to be well aged. Remember, one of the components of this compost is often chicken manure, and things like those manures can actually burn or damage anything that you plant into it if it hasn't been well aged. So the two things, have they used fungicides? And secondly, is it well aged? Those are the two buts that you need to be mindful of with your mushroom compost. So why is mushroom compost good? Well, it comes down to a whole list of things that I'm going to include in an article that you'll see a link to in a moment. But in summary, those things are, firstly, it's nutrient rich. It contains a really good load of the key nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, the NPKs that you often see about with gardening. The second reason is it contains a lot of organic matter, and that organic matter is fantastic for soil structure. Thirdly, it's pH neutral. So when you add compost or mushroom compost to your garden, it's not having any significant impact on the pH of your soil, something critical to good gardening. That organic matter that I mentioned just a moment ago means that it also loosens compact soil, as well as helps with the retention of moisture in the soil. Another wonderful thing about mushroom compost is the fact that there's lots of beneficial microbial activity that this will add to your soil. Something that is absolutely critical as our understanding is developing in gardening for good gardens, beneficial microbes. Now, I would usually encourage that you dig this through your soil and add condition to the soil by doing that. But if you use it as a mulch, of course, it also aids with weed suppression. Now, this particular load of mushroom compost is going to be used in the development of a vegetable garden bed. I'm going to produce a video on the development of that garden bed soil, and when that video is available, I will add a link here so that you can go and see how this mushroom compost is used in the development of that garden soil. So I hope you've enjoyed this video about mushroom compost. Can I please ask you to click on the like, go down to the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget, go to our website, icultivate.net, and become a member of the community. Thanks for watching.